Hello, hello. Good to be back. Whew. Bless you, my dog, sneezing. All right, so welcome to my channel. This is Heart to Heart Readings. I'm an angel reader as well as a medium. Really, anything that wants to come up during our reading, though. But I can read a lot of different types of beings, and whatever comes through will be channeled for you. So, as you can see from the title, it's free for new subs and $2 for current subscribers. I like to do a general reading right at the beginning for everybody. Let me just type my website. Sorry if my camera starts to shake. And then my Instagram, where I notify you all of when I go live, is on my Instagram. My services. Well, my services are down below. They're in the description, so I'm not going to type that. But if you guys are wanting to purchase a reading, just like that. All right. So, forgive me if I look a little bit sweaty. It's kind of hot in my living room. I feel that since I'm on a public platform that I have to talk about the numerous changes that this entire world is going through right now. I feel like I have to talk to people that are emotionally numb, that when they see these things occurring, that they don't really fully process it because they already have so much pain within them or something that they don't want to experience anymore by placing them in other people's shoes. So, with that being said, I want to see what the angels have to say about that. So I'm going to draw a card for that. Oh, that's not the right one. And there's kids playing outside, so if you hear that, sorry about that. I live in like a apartment area. Okay, so let's start with our reading to address that card. They're saying that a lot of change, and it occurs by going within. And I did do this card reading. I haven't published it yet, but the gist of that was if you're going to want consistent change, you have to be that change. And it's not so much, going out to protest. It's not really about doing things outside of you. It's changing what's inside of you. All right, so there's 3 cards. Usually there's only one for a general reading, but there's I see a lot of activity going on. There's a lot of art-like themes that I'm seeing. I don't know, there's just a lot of activity and a lot of experiences and a lot of colors. Which, I don't know, I feel like I have to talk about my spiritual team. So apparently I have a lot. And ever since I was growing up, I don't know, I just knew what to say. Like, wise stuff would just come out of my mouth and people would just be like, oh, that makes so much sense. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know. And I would just walk away or something. But basically, they introduced themselves to me today as I was open to automatic writing. And they introduced themselves as, what are they? I forgot what they named themselves, but that doesn't really matter. They were just saying that they were a collective of groups. They were a collective of beings that have lived a lot of lifetimes here on Earth. I think one of them was like from another planet. I don't know. But basically what they told me is that they're like ascended masters, not like Jesus, obviously. Are you a Muslim? No. What the hell? Okay, anyways. They were ascended in that they've lived a lot of lifetimes, and so they were able to gain a lot of experiences and a lot of wisdom. All right. And when I tune into these cards, all right, this guy's just gonna, what do I do this? There you go. Okay. Anyways. So with these 3 cards, I know, snarky. With these 3 cards, they're having me go into a lot of trauma. And let's see. Let me just read the cards. Give me a second. Can you just bring me back a little bit? Okay. Sorry, I just got kind of distracted by everything that's going on. Nabrisha Archie, hi. HRU? I'm going to assume that says, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Okay, perfect. So, as I was saying at the beginning of this reading, that there are some of us that are looking at the stuff that's going on outside of us, and it's hard for us to not get on board necessarily, but to really try to comprehend the pain of the Black community and the pain of people's lives that have been damaged by the economy. Yes, you can, just like and sub, Nabrisha. And they're talking about the people that are feeling emotionally numb because if they try to comprehend everything that's going on, it's going to just put pain on top of them. So yes, that's where we were. First of all, the arts is, I don't know, because it's like, I don't know who this reading is for, but it's like, even if you start to delve in creative activities, that's still painful for you. It's almost like wherever you go, you're walking trauma. Let's see. And I think that this will be really relieving for you to know that you're actually taking on past life baggage, past life burdens. And I don't know, this weighs you down a lot. Like, it makes you feel empty, and you kind of just like sit to yourself and you wonder, like, why do I feel like something is wrong with me, but I can't put my finger on it? Past life stuff. I heard that usually if you can't understand why you feel a certain way, that there is no experience in your life that can lead up to a solution. It's usually like a past life thing. Okay, and now they're talking about the collective that is not very like woke. You guys know that word? Basically, people that are not very conscious about how society works and how it's delusioned us into silence and into confusion and probably self-denial and all those things. They're really starting to talk about our identity. And they're saying basically that even though the society has traumatized us into believing in what is not true, we are walking truth. You know, just because people have created this perception that we minorities are not valid, it doesn't mean that we have to follow that, right? Because humans are the one that created that, but God is the one that created eternal truth and love and spirituality. Oh, Timor, it's been a while. Good to see you. This is a really broad message. It's kind of confusing to depict. So let me see if I can ask them to like summarize. Timor, of course you can, but current subs, as you can see from the title, just donate $2 to get a reading done. I think the point of what they're trying to say is that there's a lot of stuff that are bubbling under the surface, as we can see. And the people that are not quite there yet, you know who you are. You are the people that deny your own pain because you don't want to really admit it or really look into it because it's too painful. And that kind of brings me back to like this experience that I had with my mailman. There were protesters in my city protesting for Black Lives Matter. And he was talking to me and my coworker, and he was like, "This is such a joke. Like, look at all these stupid young people." And I was like, okay. I was like, what do I do in this situation? And I could feel that he too had a lot of pain within him, and that looking at all these people demanding for justice and equal rights was triggering him. So based off of that life scenario, a movement is happening whether we like it or not, and things are going to be coming up to the surface that are not very uncomfortable, but you got to do it with love. And that's kind of what they're saying. Sorry, my dogs are playing. PayPal is not available in Pakistan. Oh, really? I don't know what's available. You guys don't have Venmo, do you? Dang, I don't know what you guys use. But anyways, as I was saying, the point of the original first reading thing is to look at what comes up. And of course, there's going to be racist beliefs and that are systemic. Okay, they're not by the individual. You know what I mean? Look at what comes up and try to do it in an open space where you feel that you are safe to share. Because what festers is what we don't talk about. And to go to a bigger extreme kind of level, I think that racism is a huge sickness that that America, or I mean this world really, that this world carries. Sorry, my dog's really playing. Okay, and she just figured that out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right? PayPal is international. So anyways, I hope that helped. Kind of like rambled. So I'm just going to answer Nabrisha's question first. So she says, how does Warren feel since I'm mad at him? Sorry. You know, for the people that are new here, I laugh a lot at everything. Like even when we do a private reading, I'll laugh and I'll be like, sorry, that was rude. I can't help but to see things in like a funny way. I don't know. All right, so let's take a look at how Warren feels. I don't know if he, you know what I think or what I see Warren doing. I see him looking at the way that you're mad at him, and he's kind of just like, whatever, like I don't need to deal with this, and so he, whoops. Oh, okay, I'm live. Maybe I'm live right now. Oh my goodness, she's so. God, sorry. Give me a second. Come here. You're so loud. This is the culprit. This is the culprit. Okay, so Nabrisha, it's not that he doesn't. Oh wow, everything is just happening really perfectly right now. I spilled my tea. Yay! I swear, today's a mess. Like I had a reading with somebody and like Zoom wasn't working and then Skype wasn't working. And it was just awful. Okay, so I hope my phone doesn't break. Jesus. Okay. Anyways, Nabrisha, it's not that he doesn't care. It's more like you're stressing him out and he thinks it's unnecessary. So the way that he's dealing with it is like, you know what, I'm just going to step out of this and like almost like wait until you talk to me. But you have to understand that if you show, I don't know if this is passive aggressiveness, Nabrisha, but I just fixed my eyebrows. But if you, if you keep dealing with whatever it is that angers you or upsets you in such a way, he's going to get fed up, right? Because that's not how you communicate. The way you communicate is being vulnerable and being honest about why you're upset. And I don't know if there's miscommunication in terms of why you got upset, but there you go. He's waiting for you to open up. Let's just say that. But he is getting tired and fed up. So hope that helped you. I should have advertised on Reddit. Usually I do that, but it's his fault. Oh. I mean, I feel like I need more context. Girl, make sure he knows it's his fault. That's so funny. I mean, even if it's his fault, the way that the way that I can feel his emotional energy is like, okay, and like what, you know? You know what I'm saying, Abrisha? It's like when you ask me, how does he feel that I'm mad at him? It's like you want to make sure that he hears you. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to make sure somehow that he, I don't know if validate you is the right word, but do you know what I'm saying? Like respects you in some kind of way to let go of his own ego and really try to see your perspective. A girl. I like your name. So, I mean, the only thing I could pick up on right now, in terms of the time that I can give is he's like, okay, like, you know. CC Sagittarius, hi, how are you? I'm a new sub. Hi, I'm a Sagittarius too. So everybody, thank you for subscribing. As Snarky Star says, like and then post your question. I love how I spilled my tea, just made a mess, and now I have no tea. Yay. Perfect. That's cool. We got a lot of Sagittarians in here. What and who's coming towards me? Okay, so that's 2 questions technically. So I think you meant who's coming towards me in love, right? Because you're not waiting for like a dog, right? All right, so I'm gonna do a girl's question first. So who's coming towards a girl in love? Sorry, I was just doing a little prayer. I think I forgot to do it earlier. Are you Dominique B? Of course you can. What was I gonna say? A girl? Are you? I can tell you're a girl. Are you into males? I have to just be clear about that. You so loud. You so loud. I'm working right now, honey. She's like flashing her cute little eyes when she's totally not sorry. Okay, you're into males. Okay. Why do I feel like there's a lot of activity in my stomach? Not in terms of I ate something bad, but there's like a lot of energetic movement. Yeah. She's cute, but she's feisty. Why does this look so elusive to me? Let me grab a card. No, no, no. I don't think it's anything to do with the reading. I think my animals are just stressing me out because, like, my cat's waiting at the door. My dog wants to get on the couch. I spilled my tea, so I'm like, ah. Okay. So you got a card that says sensitivity, that you are becoming increasingly sensitive, avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. I think you may have a reoccurring pattern. Um, so tell me this: have your past relationships been abusive? Let's just talk about that first. Because I think the reason why you are here is so that I can shift your perspective on what you desire. Oh, I have never had a boyfriend. Okay. All right. Do you have like really abusive or toxic caregivers? Hi, Lavender Princess. There's a lot of people here. Oh my God. I mean, I don't know what this is necessarily, a girl, but I feel like we need to that we need to refocus on what your desires in a partner is. Okay, your dad is a bit toxic. Okay, um, because if you have never had a boyfriend, that kind of also worries me because in our society, men aren't great. Okay, they are entitled. They see us as objects, and they think that we're disposable, and they just want us for sex. And there's all this other shitty stuff that men think about women. Um, and so, depending on, I guess, where you are in life, maybe what you think that you deserve. And I don't know how old you are, but it sounds like I'm talking to somebody that's younger than me. Um, but what I'm trying to say is that I see that there's a very high likelihood of you attracting somebody that is very manipulative, somebody that is very toxic. Okay, you're 22. Yeah, so you're younger than me, but you're not that much younger than me. But anyways, that doesn't matter. It's kind of like your guides are they're just like, like hold the brakes, just listen to her for a sec, aka me. Because there is somebody smooth that wants to enter your life, somebody that looks charming. He looks like he meets all of the criteria that most women want, but he's very destructive. He looks charming, but he is very egotistic. He's narcissistic. He is a narcissist. Listen to what? What are you still doing here? How do I get rid of this dude? Okay, there you go. I hope that did something. Anyways, will, yes, you can be put on this list. Um, but yeah, so about this dude, um, it's almost like because you don't know. I don't know. You just seem like kind of confused in the dating world. So like when you see this guy, because he looks like he ticks all those boxes in your head of most women's head, note that he is doing that purposefully because he knows what women wants. Um, they're showing me that he's very, very hungry to prey on somebody. He's very hungry for. I think he's kind of like an energy vampire. Um, it's almost like he craves attention so badly that it's in such a um, off-kilter way that his attention for anything happens to be wealth, fame, and material things. And when you see him, you're kind of just like, oh, okay, like, you know, he's driven. Like, he wants to be successful. That's cool. I don't know if it's Chris. They're saying that it's not. This is some other dude. So let me see how we can shift that. You know, I think how you can shift that, what they're showing me is like a nighttime prayer to your guides and your angels. Of course, I would go full depth into this with a reading, which you can see all my services in the description. I didn't put it here because it's already down there. I would go in depth, but because of time and because of everybody that wants to get a reading, I cannot do that. Oh my goodness, sorry. Little Maymay. Come here, little mom. You are so noisy. Huh? Oh shit. Oh my gosh, this place is a mess. Okay. All right, so a nighttime prayer to your angels, and just have them have them rewire. I don't know. It's because like when I see you in this world or in your world, it's very misconstrued. Like, it looks just confusing up in here. Like, maybe you don't know what you want. You don't really know how people are. You know, maybe you're just too trusting. But yeah, so, you know, just keep that in mind and pray to your angels and stuff. Yeah, it seems like you are. But if you're interested in getting a single reading from me, just go onto my website, www.hearttoheartreadings.com, so that we can talk more in depth into this, because this is not like exactly the place for that, because I have a lot of people waiting. All right, so finally, CC Sagittarius, what are my Capricorn feelings towards me right now? You're welcome. So I need pronouns, and I need your gender, or no, your sexual preference. So CC Sagittarius, if you are here, let me know those two things. Damn, there's a lot of people here. I wasn't expecting that. All right. Actually, I kind of knew that, but I was like, well, maybe it's not gonna, but it happened. So, okay, perfect. So I'm a girl and he's a boy. So, okay, so you like boys. Okay. What are your Capricorn's feelings right now? Let's see. It's interesting, Sagittarius, CC Sagittarius, because I see that, I just see like a path. I know it's really vague, but like, I just see that it's kind of like you're exploring a new world. It was kind of just like, you got this vibe that's just like, it's a new me, it's a new life, and I've got a new focus, got a new drive. I don't know what that's about. Okay, perfect. Whoa. It's funny because you're asking about this boy, but I'm getting messages to talk about your direction and your focus in life. Let's try to answer. Oh, why did you say? Okay, let's just go into the cards. Okay. All right, so they're kind of just like, he's not the one for you. What was your original question? What is the Capricorn? They're like, don't focus on him. It's kind of like, I see you like running like super fast, right, to this boy, because like it's almost like it's like you're more excited about having a relationship than you are about this boy. So You seem very ambitious. Like when you think about what you want, you're just very quick to be like, let's do it, or something like that. So, okay, so now that we got that out of the way, they're saying that you need to put your headspace in the proper focus. So can you see in this card that there's like a little compass on that boat? What's she doing on that boat? She looks like, I don't know, she's just like sitting there, and there's like a little face like pointing that way. I mean, just because you know somebody doesn't mean that they're right for you, you know? I mean, maybe the fact that you guys know each other so well, that's what's making you think like, cool, you know? Like you seem like a hopeless romantic. Okay. I mean, you said what are his feelings towards you, so it doesn't sound like you guys are together because you said high school sweetheart, so that I'm kind of confused by that. But they want you to put your head in a new focus. It's almost like taking your head outside the box. I think what they're trying to say is that there's so much more to life that you haven't seen and lived through yet, that for you to make a decision that this dude is gonna be your partner forever or something like that, it's not the right focus for you. Been told he's my twin flame. I mean, that's not what I'm getting. And I think that the reason why they were so like immediately, I don't think that all right. Okay. Okay, so who's next? I think Dominic B, right? You're welcome, CC Sagittarius. Okay, so Dominic B, I wanted to know what my ex Cancer was up to. Is he planning or trying to reconcile, or is he out there trying to meet people? Okay. Whoa, you guys, look, there's 11 participants and 11 likes. I always like that stuff. Okay, so high frequency, I'm gonna try to squeeze you in because it looks like I got a lot of questions. I don't know. So let me see, Dominic B. You know, Dominic B, your ex Cancer, he very much has you in his heart. He looks like a dreamer. Oh yeah, because you said that he's a Cancer. He's very like whimsical, like in his head though. Like he kind of daydreams a lot. And I see him sitting next to a window and just looking out the window, like with a smile. But he's still. I don't know if he still misses you. Like okay, yes, he definitely misses you. But I think he feels that it's not the right time to get back together. And it's like that's tough for him to come to terms with. But it's almost like he's trying to trust his intuition, his gut telling him not to go back to you right now. So is he out trying to meet people? He's not ready yet, feelings wise. And I feel like if I continue to read into that, that's like basically prying. I don't want to do that. So yeah, there you go. So Snarky, is Lavender Princess next? You're welcome, Dominic. No, you're fine. Okay, so Lavender Princess says, do you see me and R getting back together again? Also, all right, so that's 2 questions in one. Let's go with what you really want to know within those 2 questions. Oh, hey, Empress Daisy. Finally, you're not gonna be loud, huh? Oh, thanks. It's always good to see you too. Mary, your ears are so pointy. All right. All right, there you go. Well, we get back together again. No, it doesn't feel so. It just doesn't, it's not the right fit. Like whatever happened between you two or the energy that you both carry, it does not mesh well together. So, no. All right, so Empress Daisy, I wanted to do a general in case my guy Mark wanted to send another message. Okay, for sure. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's see about. It's funny because like he shows himself appearing at like a doorway and just being like, "Hi." You're welcome, Lavender Princess. All right, so Mark, what do we want to say for Empress Daisy? Do you play within a Ouija board, Empress Daisy? Or like, I don't know, I just see like a dark room with just like one candle and it looks like you're doing something on the floor. You stay away from those things. Okay, that's good. Why do I see, I heard witch and I heard Ouija board. What is this? Like, why is he talking about this? I'm never on the floor. You always use a chair? Okay. What's going on? You know, it's weird because it's almost like they are. I swear I'm not the devil, okay, but it's almost like they are encouraging you to. I know that is just so counterintuitive, and even if I heard that, I would be like, but I swear, like, okay, what? Let me draw a card, okay, because I'm getting confused. Oh, you're a witch. Okay. It's almost like a friend is gonna come into your life and be like, dude, do you want to play the Ouija board or some shit like that? Or she's just gonna like bring it up and I don't know, it's kind of like you're just like, what? No. But on the inside you're kind of just like, I'm intrigued. So let's talk about that. Okay, so round and round. Um, I have a hard time trusting my intuition because it really feels like it's bouncing back and forth right now. But what I am getting is there's this situation in which somebody tells you to do something, and because you either have a lack of awareness or you're used to being bullied or used to being talked down to, that you just kind of like are a pushover, and like just do whatever people say. um Sorry, you said, you know what's funny? Every time my mom wants to say vision board, she says Ouija board, and she's the last person to be even interested in that. um But I don't know, there's this like reoccurring experience situation type thing where somebody is telling you like, let's do this, come on, like do it for me. And then you're just like, I don't believe in that. Like, I know that's bad for me. And I don't want to. But they're just like, they kind of like throw like cold water in your face and they're just like, you want to do that? Then basically fine, I don't want to be your friend then. And that's not what they're saying explicitly, but you kind of pick that up and you're kind of just like, fuck, they're gonna leave me. um does that make sense to you, Empress Daisy? Sounds like your sister. Okay, is your sister like also into like a Ouija board stuff or something like that? Because I don't think I'm sorry. I think I read that wrong. I don't think that Mark is telling you to use the Ouija board. I think somebody else is like come on. Otherwise, I don't like you anymore. And you're just like, fuck, like I don't want to be alone. Some shit. Yes, she wants to know all about what I do, and she wants to do it too. Okay. Um, if it's your sister, if it's not, this person tends to guilt trip you, as I mentioned. Mark obviously wants to say that he wants to say that the reason why you give into those things is because you think of yourself as low worth based off of how society defines you. I know that was a lot. Um, so it's not that there are people around you telling you that you're not pretty enough or that you're not smart enough. It's how society has already defined you. So you're kind of born with that belief, which which is so shitty. Um, God, that makes me really angry. You don't think you know this person yet? Oh, okay. So then watch out for that. This person that wants to play the Ouija board is going to guilt trip you, and you're going to agree with it because you're thinking that you don't, that nobody other than this person is going to like want to be with you, kind of a thing. Yeah, it is shitty. I'm trying to break out of that programming. Oh, have you been into therapy like we talked about last time? Like, are you in it now? And by the way, I did answer your question, and I do have to move on. And I asked Mark if there's anything else that you need to know, and he said, no, that's it, because I've got her. Like, thank you for delivering this message. Now I've got her. So I just wanted to say that so you didn't feel like you were left alone after I told that to you. Therapy is not until another 2 weeks. I had to wait months. Ugh. Eek. But it's almost there, and like you should be so proud of yourself for like stepping into like wanting to discover you and like unravel and unfold your programming. So very very proud of you. All right, so Will says, any messages from the angels? I've been super low frequency and felt like I'm losing my mind, and I just want to see what I can do or if I'm stuck like this. No, you're not stuck. You're not stuck like that, Will. I can tell that you're a very, very sweet, very sweet person. Yay to Empress. No. I definitely don't see that for you, Will, that you think that you're going to be stuck like that. Um, I think that your low frequency, it also has to do with your lifestyle habits. I don't know if you exercise enough. I don't know what you eat. I don't know if you hydrate yourself enough. What? But it's almost like you've got to start with that first before you decide I'm doomed. Right? There are things that you can change. Oh, you drink a lot. Oh, there you go. Because it look like the stuff that you consume. It looks like chips for dinner or some shit. But I didn't know that you drink. And Will, based off of your question, it sounded like you thought you deserved a lifetime of low frequency and depression. Um, and drinking is a very, very, very sticky, what's the word? Addiction to get a hold of and to see objectively and to step out of it. It's very hard. Before quarantine, I used to go out 2 to 3 times a week. Will, you're such a sweet person that I think that the toxicity of certain people around you, maybe, or the hardness of this world, it makes you want to hide, I think. Or rather, it feels more like mental brainwashing. Um, it's more like somebody told you in your life that you weren't good enough and that you didn't deserve good things. And because I'm saying um, that you're such a sweet person, I think you would do possibly well, depending on how well you think you could take care of something else. I think you could do quite well with an animal in your life. She's sleeping. She's like, um, I don't know. I think that the beauty of how vulnerable and pure an animal is, it brings wonders into somebody's home. So think about that, Will. You are not doomed to this forever. And I really hope that you don't enslave yourself to this addiction because it can be it can be a lifelong problem. And some people, they have never been able to beat it. Um, Let me see what the angels can say in this moment. Yeah, they're just like, get a furry friend. I don't know. For some reason, I see a ferret. I don't know why. It could be any animal of your choice. But I think that this animal that will come into your life is a very wise being. He may look very cute and cuddly and clueless, but he's smarter than you think. And during times of when you kind of like get down on yourself and you just think like, oh, fuck, like I just need a drink right now, like um, that animal is gonna look you in the eye or like their presence, and somehow you just be like, oh, do you need water? It's kind of like that animal is using its needs as an excuse for you to break out of that mental cycle that you have. So Will says, I love animals, but I live in a 1-bedroom apartment at the moment. You're gonna move. You're gonna move. I don't know if the animal is gonna come first and then you're gonna move, or if you're gonna move first and then get an animal. But whatever it is, you are moving. Okay, so it's almost like the universe really wants to support you and take you out of this funk that you're in. So I hope that helps, Will. Um, and the next person is Jade, right? So Jade says, do you see something that could happen between me and Cole eventually? Okay, so Jade, I need gender identities and I need sexual orientation. Please. Will says, is it safe to hang out with my friends? I'm so paranoid and I am not going to profit off of your paranoia. So let me, I don't think you need to worry about that, Will. I think that your paranoia is stemming from your unhealthy lifestyle. Oh, Will, yes, you can do that. Depending on what you need, if you need a longer reading, I advise you to book outside of this YouTube live. So to do that, you just go on my website, www.hearttoheartreadings.com, and choose a reading from there. I do not think that you need a 1 hour reading, so a 1 question or 2 question will suffice. So Jake, he is male and I'm female. Like, what are you attracted to? Wait, did I say that the wrong way? I think I did. I think it was sexual preference. My bad. All right, so do you see something that could happen between me and Cole eventually? Oh, you're welcome, Will. You're so sweet. I have to reread that question, sorry. Okay. I see that you guys either flirt around currently or you will be doing that in the future. It's kind of like the, how do I say it? It's like the teenage version of playing footsies with like your classmate that sits across from you and you kind of like them, and he like doesn't want to show that he likes you, but he likes you. um, Now, in terms of a full-blown relationship, I feel like I cannot read into that. It could be because the guides are like protecting me from being able to read into that so that you could live your own life. Um, I think that's it, because usually people, they want to know what's going to happen in their life in a cookie cutter way. And what I say, it could disappoint you because the future is not dependent on one experience. Anything could happen in the future because it's about whatever happens right now. Um, they're keeping it a secret. Let me just say that it could get hot and steamy. I'm gonna just say that because I feel like my gonads are like on fire a little bit. So there could be some of that. Okay. Okay, and then aliens and Aquarians. Where's aliens and Aquarians? Oh, okay. Wait, where's aliens? Oh, there it is. What is Jarrett? Male. Thank you. Actions towards me. Female. Rest of June. What is Jarrett's actions towards me? Do you mean like romantically? What do you mean actions? Yeah, life is crazy. I'm just waiting for this person's response. Let me just grab a card while this person's typing. Yes, what will his actions be? Okay, well, let's see. Let me see. Ah, that wants to come out. Um, wow, okay. So you got the card that says Sorceress. And it says you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So I'm a little bit concerned about this because I think you could be using the law of attraction or the ability to manifest with the moon to control this person. And sometimes when I am very truthful about these types of behaviors, people don't want to admit that to themselves. So I don't know what your reaction is going to be. No? Okay. Okay, can you explain what's going on exactly? because it really feels like what I'm getting from this card, it feels more like a ensnaring type of thing. Um, and I don't know if you realize that you're doing this. I don't know if you realize. Okay, let's talk about the word enmeshment. So enmeshment, uh, well, I don't know the general definition, but an example of an enmeshment is when we confuse our thoughts with other people's. So, for example, we think that what we believe, other people would believe as well. That can be an example of enmeshment, like kind of like a more casual form, I guess. What I'm trying to say is that I think because you don't know how to separate your identity from somebody else's, you don't know that what you're doing is controlling. And that is not to blame who you are. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. It could be that the family in which you were born in was manipulative. um, and families like this, they tend to be like Asian, more Eastern rather than Western. Definitely not me. Um, well, I have to say, when somebody tells me I'm wrong, I'm not. I'm I'm pretty willing to be like, okay, yeah, like tell me where you think I'm wrong. But I think this is something that you're not aware of. Um, it is. I feel that there's a need within you to control and try to not get in your head that you're a bad person because I'm not saying that. What else do we have to say? I'm gonna leave it at that because I asked the angels what else should I say, and they kind of just like they told me that it kind of feels like you need some grounding. Um, and that sounds so like spiritually manipulative, like you need grounding, like there's nothing wrong with me. But yeah, it's a lot for you to process because it's something that's not in your awareness. Um, and I don't want you to make you feel defeated because it's like when I say something like that to somebody that is not aware of these things, it's very easy for somebody to automatically define themselves as a bad person because when you do things that are toxic without you being aware of it, it makes you think like, oh my god, like who the fuck am I? Okay, how do I like? They're saying that you're a powerful manifester, that you believe in the magic of the moon, um, or rather, you are very, very open to it. I don't know. It kind of seems like you've manifested under the moon before, but they want you to focus on purity. Give me a second. Okay, weird. Okay, so they were showing me like an imagery of hands like this, and there's like a ball of light. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be about that person. There's like a ball of light in these imagery of hands that they're showing me like this, and they're saying that the world is your oyster. That it's almost like you're a sorcerer, kind of like what the name of this card says. You're very good with energy manipulation. It's kind of like if you ever heard of like if you're very familiar with astrology, Scorpios. I have a lot of Scorpio in me. We have to be very careful how we use our power, and it's either we use our power for manipulating and undercutting people, or we use our power for good. And that is what you kind of have to go through. Not go through, sorry, but to discern. And deep transformation within is how you're going to be able to use your sorcery-like abilities to manifest purity for the world and for the environment outside of you. I don't know, you're very I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like you're just so magical. Sorry, my dog is like whining. But you're very magical, and it's like when you see somebody like walking by, somehow you see a part of you in them, and somehow you can see into their soul. So you're just very, very good at this energy manipulation thing. I don't know what this is, but you know, this imagery here, purity, because that is who you truly are, they said. What else did they say? Oh yeah, and they said to focus on magic. Now, magic. Okay, so where do I start? When you think about magic, you think about any possibility, right? Because that's what the kind of the underlying definition of magic is. It's something that you never thought was possible that is occurring right in front of your eyes, and you need to believe in that. So when you think about magic, you can get yourself out of any situation. You can be anybody you want to be, and it doesn't have to be as hard as you think it would be without magic, right? And they kind of just want to leave it at there. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I think you're badass. That's my opinion. Because it's like you kind of got like this, I don't want to say evil, but you kind of got this like dark force within you, and you're kind of learning how to be with the light team. I don't know. You know what I mean? So yeah, no problem. All right. Who's next, Snarky? It was, and that's true. Definitely dark force. Yes. Oh, the list is closed. Okay. Woo! Wow. So thank you all for being here. I feel that I have to say that my channeling, they can get very deep. And oftentimes when we see somebody else's questions being read from me, it can feel like, well, that doesn't resonate with me. So I don't know if I resonate with her. But also, if you did get like a really quick reading from me, that was under the circumstances of the timing that we were given, or rather, I set up. So when you do get a reading with me, I go in depth as we need to. And while I do take care of I try to take care of myself, I really do put you at the front of what we need in a reading, because it's about you. And I'm here to help you to unravel who you truly are, who you were meant to be, and what you truly deserve, which is everything. So take a look at my website. I'm still trying to reinvent it, but for the most part, it's working pretty well. www.hearttoheartreadings.com. You can see testimonials. You can see my services, and stay tuned for next week where I will go live. Bye.